Yo, episode 200 something or other. Who knows at this point? I think it's 216.
Duzens just Jesus says?
I mean, whatever. Who cares? Episode 2017, episode 216. We made a podcast back in the building. Yes, just know that we started this podcast May 25th, 2017. Okay. It is August 19th currently, and we have not missed a week yet of uploading.
I think we need to start missing weeks.
Should we just start having seasons like other podcasts?
That sounds like a good idea. That they did it right. But then there's always stuff to want to talk about.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, I mean, like,
what does he do? Is like the homie just like don't talk about none that time period? You just tweet about it.
I have no idea. That's weird, but I'm like, damn, dog.
I mean, season sounds kind of cool though.
I mean, I'm kind of with it. I mean, me and Caesar started this podcast when there was just a Confederations Cup. You know what I'm saying? And we were thugging. Now, granted, that summer there was a lot of rumors about Neymar going to PSG, and it happened.
It was lit. It was definitely lit.
Yeah, I mean, then Mbappe went. You know what I'm saying?
There was a season after, wasn't it?
No, it was that season.
Yeah, that was a busy summer.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. We had a lot going on that year, but you know what I mean.
We had an award show. We had a Champions League that was a phenomenal final. Yeah, it's damn. And here we are now, seeing if Ronaldo's going to play for.
Seeing who's more African between Ronaldo and Sadio Mane.
I mean, he did say keep my name out your mouth.
Oh yeah, he put MOUPH. Anyway, we made a podcast. We got a little bit to talk about today. We're gonna try to make this episode short because Caesar and I were talking about taking a trip to Africa and baboons and bipedalism before we started recording this episode. Me and Caesar talking about going potentially to Angola, going to Ghana, you know what I'm saying? Then on our second trip back, go to South Africa, you know what I'm saying? And
reunion.
Chill and Cape Verde, you know what I'm saying? We see the first time we go, we're probably gonna go to Ghana, then to Angola, you know what I'm saying? Get our feet wet in Ghana, you know what I mean? Then hit up Angola. The second time we go, we're gonna go to Cape Verde, you know what I'm saying? Verde. We're gonna go there, you know what I'm saying? And then go to South Africa. That flight from Cape Verde to South Africa probably is 3 days.
Yeah, but Cape Verde and South Africa, we have to really compare kind of like the beach place. That'd be kind of cool. They're both kind of like the beach life, because if we go to like
beach is going to be a lot better. Cape Verde, a lot better. That's
Cape Town might not be bad though.
Who?
Cape Town might not be that bad though.
Caesar, we're talking about like the close to Antarctica.
Well, can we go to a movie theater and ask if they're watching the District 9 or what?
They probably think that's so racist movie.
Is there any movies by him that are shown independent in that area or what? I'm trying to see that, you know.
I really hope that they think District 9 tele racist.
I'm down for them to think it's one of the worst South African directed films of all time.
I really hope they think Chappie is so
racist. They're gonna be like, what's up with those cockroaches, man? And they'll be like, oh, you know what? Okay, fair point.
Hopefully they hate Chappie too.
Yeah.
They're like Hugh Jackman.
They probably hate that rap group more than anything in the whole world.
Let's not even mention their name because
are Tark's favorite band.
Super canceled. Anyway,
he did something wild, right? He had some problems or whatever.
Oh no, it's a lot. He's worse. He might be worse than R. Kelly. Anyway, we made a podcast. We're back. Short episode today. We're just gonna talk a little bit about some stuff we've seen in the early stages of the season so far on the pitch. We're going to talk a little bit about Heung-Min and Harry Kane, because, you know, I'm really tired of people, and also maybe a little bit of rumors and maybe a transfer or two. But Caesar, I know both of us watched a lot of matches in the first match days. And also let me say, don't let me forget, I do have a Bale tracker from Alaves versus Real Madrid. And of course, I have a Guendouzi tracker, but I did forget to do a Jerison tracker. I did forget that. But I'll talk about it when we get there. So why don't we start up? You watched Alaves versus Real Madrid, yeah?
I'm gonna keep it real. I watched a lot of games last weekend. I watched So it was nice actually to not have the Monday night football and like the Wednesday, like the Premier League. It was nice not to have that because I needed a break. I watched way too many games. Yes, I watched Alaves versus Real Madrid. You want to dive into that one?
I didn't take notes.
Me either, but we can talk about it a little bit.
We can talk about it. Yeah. Like, what'd you see? How'd you feel about the match?
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing to note is probably want to talk about is the formation, right? The starting Benzema, Bale, and Hazard. That was a big discussion of them starting. I think that was one of the 3 times or 2 times that lineup has ever been done in Real history.
Yeah.
So I thought of note, I liked seeing the midfield though. I like that midfield lineup of Valverde, Casemiro, and Cruz. I think that's a really and Modric. I think that's a really good midfield.
When is Modric going to slow down? Like when?
It's crazy because the commentating crew, which was one of the worst of all time, was talking about it was Bam's favorite commentator, the MLS guy, the Venezuelan MLS guy. He was talking about how like, oh, Modric, this guy and that guy. I'm like, honestly, like he has looked. I'm not even gonna like point out about him and what he can't do because he's shown me he still does it all. Like he's still probably one of the most dangerous offensive options for the team, and he's extremely consistent defensively and getting the ball transition. He's an amazing midfielder. Amazing.
I think he's better than like 2018. I'm not even
about that, but he like definitely still like has like that. He still has that second leg, which
there's no drop off.
Yeah, he's that second win. His second win is amazing. He just keeps going.
Like there's no drop off, dude. Like
he must be like a triathlete or something like that. He really doesn't stop. Like his cardiovascular, he never gets tired. And
never.
Let's steroid test him. Anyway, so yeah, he's unreal. Yeah, I think Valverde played really good. Valverde, I think, made a ton of really good defensive plays, almost did some offensive plays, but he kind of has a suspect foot. It doesn't, it's not very accurate. It's all power though. He can whip a power ball, but it's not very accurate. Okay. I think honestly, when I watch Valverde, I think it's just how he runs, like his body shape. Like he's so like this. He doesn't have like a lot of angular movement when he kicks. He kicks like very like straight. I'm like, that's gonna be hard to get good angle on the ball.
You see, he's hating. It's okay.
I'm not hating. He's my favorite midfielder on the team. I swear to God, he's my favorite.
You're a hater.
I'd love them to get rid of Casemiro for like max money, have him at CDM. I'd love that. That'd be amazing.
You don't like black midfielders, so
let's keep it real. Me and Bam watched the game. Hazard,
boo.
Bale,
garbage. Oh, speaking of Bale, let's get into that tracker real quick.
Yeah, let's hear the Bale tracker because that was done today. The Bale tracker was in action.
Caesar, first half, 2 bad plays. He dribbled and lost the ball. He did a really dumb long shot that I put as a bad play that you remember. I remember you mentioned that in your live tweet. You mentioned it.
The punt one or the one of the each side of the wall he hit.
Either. And then the only good play was a defensive play. That was the first half. The second half, I got 1 good play and 2 bad plays. The good play was the cross that was a complete, like it was complete cross that went to Vasquez, but he was trying to get it to Benzema.
He was.
Like, he got lucky.
I'll say this: Bale is good at that, like over the top lob cross. He does a few of those where he kind of gets at that back line. Those aren't bad. He does that, but that's not his position. He's not a center mid, so I'm not really expecting those.
Well, he didn't do it this match. He had one.
Yeah, he did it. He did the one that led to the Benzema header.
Yeah, but he was trying to get that ball to Benzema.
Yeah, but
and it dropped to Vasquez. Benzema was offsides. So I
gave it to Vasquez, and then Benzema got it back on sides.
I'll give it to him, but I know what you were trying to do. It's okay though. It worked out. Then I put 2 bad plays after that one good play. He got a yellow card, and then on Benzema's third goal, on the third goal that was a Benzema goal, Bale didn't run with Valverde. Valverde just like left him in the dust, and I put that as a bad play. And I did a pass tracker. Caesar, I want you to take a guess how many passes Gareth Bale had in the match. He went off in the 68th minute.
25.
Okay. Out of those 25, how many do you think were complete?
10.
Okay, and then 15 incomplete?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Caesar, actually the passes, the pass number that you said of complete passes is his total passes. He had 10 passes total. Okay. 7 were complete, 3 were incomplete. Now, Caesar, 10 passes, okay? 10. Give me a guess how many of those passes were forward passes.
Oh, come on, dog. You're joking me. Maybe 2 were forward. There's no way he did a bunch of. I don't remember no through balls from Gareth Bale.
2 forward passes. 2. 2 forward passes. 10 passes, 7 complete, 3 incomplete, and 2 of them went forward. That's Gareth Bale in 68, and he went off in the 68th minute.
I mean, that's the biggest problem with that first half Real Madrid team. And it's funny. We both saw the last 30 minutes of Real Madrid in the first 60 minutes, the massive difference. They went from having the no knees having ass players who do no take-ons. I was screaming in the chat in a group text, poor Tarek and his messages about it's 33 minutes into the game. Hazard, please put your hips towards the goal. Just that's all I ask. Even if I'm that's a process, right? Like I'm not asking for Hazard to go and break everyone. That's the dance that Bam's gonna be doing in Ghana. I'm not asking for him to beat everybody, which he should for 150 million, but at least turn your hips and give a threat. Make someone go, whoa, like you don't do that. There's none of that. It's side pass, back pass. He's like posting people up like at the 40-yard line. I'm like, dog, like, why are you posting people up this deep? Like, why is a post up needed here? Like, it's just like, so bad, dude. You know what it does? It makes the offense very cumbersome. It makes the offense very like clunky. There's no fluidity. There's fluidity from the back to the front. But when it gets to the middle to the front, the fluidity is just like, So when people are saying giving Bale all the passes, because we know what the deal is, he gets all the passes. Like commentator said, "Oh, talk to Ancelotti. Gareth Bale's is practicing really inspired now."
What does that even mean?
What does it take? I thought $500,000 a week in wages would inspire you to play pretty practice, pretty hyped up. But I guess he's feeling rejuvenated. I don't even know what the hell that means. What did he golf a lot this week? Is he happy? He was the one that put the flag up saying golf, Wales, Real Madrid in that order. Don't forget he did that. If that was Vinicius, they would have sent him to go on loan to Flamengo that year. That's what happened to him.
Caesar, there's I'm sorry, dude. Like the only way that you're what do you mean performing well in practice? Like,
no, they didn't say performing. Not even performing. They say he's been practicing inspired.
What does it mean? Like he's running harder? Like you're running 20 yards, dude. Like, of course
they don't even full practice field it. I don't even feel good for you. You're playing 40-yard scrimmages. Like
would you do a couple nutmegs on somebody? Wow, you got lucky.
I'm sure he's like the worst at those because he's so damn slow off the block. He's probably like, this sucks. I don't have no long legs to use on this 40-yard run. Yeah, it's cumbersome. Like watching people say like in the comment tweets and stuff, because I was live tweeting this on Realm. I was going crazy on Realm on we made it's Twitter, saying like, oh, it's nice to see Bale just like playing so fired up. Yeah, dog, his fired up play is a long shot that was unnecessary that became a punt. Like literally it became a gimme kick. Like, oh, thank you. Like, all right. And then he did one to the right of the goalie out of bounds, then one to left the goalie out of bounds. I'm like, so what are we doing here? Like, what's our goal today? Are we just trying to get it on frame?
Like literally, like everybody played well except for Bale and Hazard. Once the ball had to leave Benz or Modric or anybody, like once it had to, like Casemiro doesn't even count in that. Like that's not really his thing, like possession, but like Modric, Benzema, those were like the offensive engines. Hazard had a little bit of connective play, but you want to see more from him. Yeah. Really, Nacho had an amazing match defensively, like incredible, just phenomenal. Like
he made up for some of the mistakes that Militao made for sure. He did a really
and
good job.
Nacho had like a couple mistakes himself, but really just, I mean, and that's okay. Like they're defenders.
I thought Vasquez played pretty good too at the right back. I thought he was fine. Like I had no big complaints. He was not a liability. He's been a liability there before. He looked fine.
Yeah. I mean, Real Madrid played well. Like
also Alaba. Shout out to Alaba too. His debut for Real Madrid. I thought he did really well too.
I'll say this though, like Real Madrid looked good. And yes, once Vinicius Jr. came on, a lot better.
It looked like the real team was there now. It's like, okay, that was fun. Like, let's play now.
Rodrigo
Madrid, even looked pretty good too. They look good running up there.
Yeah, Rodrigo looked really good. Real Madrid will do themselves a big favor, starting Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. Like that'll just be a lot better. Or even if you don't want to start Rodrigo, just starting Valverde up there on the wing like they were doing before, because he used to play well up there.
No.
Yeah, we'll see though. I feel like it could only get better from there.
I agree with you. And I guess to wrap this point up, I only don't feel great. Obviously, it's the first match, whatever, for these guys coming back, but you're playing against Alaves. Like,
I won't say that.
No, you're playing against Alaves. So, like Gareth Bale, I'm sorry, dog. Like, I need to see more. You're not going to get that kind of space against some of these teams that whip up a weak ball like that. So,
Gareth Bale's not going to show you anything ever.
No, he's not. But
it's been done for years.
Exactly. So maybe he needs to go back to playing some cup matches, because I think honestly, the pace, the ability difference when Rodrigo came on that right side, it was ridiculous. I'm like, dog, this is like a 40-yard dash versus like a 7-second 40-yard dash. Like, it was a miles difference in speed. Like it totally changed Real Madrid's look, and they look better. Like Vinicius was able to create, and like they just look a lot more fluidity. And I'm sure the players felt better too when those guys came on.
Literally, Gareth Bale's a bad player. Like he
is. Honestly, it's like he's a hindrance to that lineup. Yeah. It was like when I ranted on here about Juve having Higuain still. I'm like, you're not going to get anything done. Higuain is done. Like, he used up that tank in Napoli in that one season. It's over. The tank has been expired. It's over, dog. And they made the move. So you got to do it. Like, you got to make that move.
Gareth Bale's trash. And I won't say Eden Hazard's trash, but he might be washed at this point. But a part of me wants to give him a little bit more time to see.
Me too.
But, like, I want to see him play like 5 matches in a row.
I want to see him. I agree with that. Give me some games, legit. Give me a legit season for me to like gauge if you're washed or not. Like, I'm not gonna say he's washed. I know the knees is rough, but he did look. And I've critiqued himself. He looked like he was in pretty good shape. He didn't look overly chubby as usual. He looked good. Like, he's been running. Didn't get any of the Twinkies this summer. He was, he's out there running good. So let's just I want to give him some time to build. Bale, Bam, we've done this for so long with Bale. It's been such a journey since 2017. We've had this Bale stuff going on. It's just, I'm done. I'm sick of this man getting 500 chances. I'm like retired off the Bale stuff.
He's garbage. Okay. Did you also watch Barcelona versus Real Sociedad?
Unfortunately, I did not get to watch that, which I'm very sad about. Honestly, I wanted to watch that.
Caesar, I'm gonna tell you right now,
I'm very excited. I told you that was my most favorite. That was my game I was looking forward to the most La Liga this weekend, and I didn't get to watch it.
I mean, honestly, can you go back and watch it? Because it's on ESPN.
I need to go watch it.
I wouldn't say to watch the whole match necessarily, but if you watch the first half, at least, Memphis Depay was out there. Oh my God. It was just
You're
amazing.
Literally making me smile right now.
It was amazing, dude. Like, it was incredible. Like, he was doing so many passes and just like it literally looked like when he was at Lyon, but like, I feel like it looked kind of better because Barcelona's better than Lyon. Like, they have kind of like, you got Busquets, you got De Jong, you kind of got a better midfield to work with. And Martin Braithwaite was out there doing his thing. Griezmann was still so whack. Like, Griezmann was still just a runaround.
I didn't hear anybody talk about Griezmann this weekend.
Nothing. Like, he had a couple good chances that, like, if he ended up putting those chances away, he would have got a lot of praise. And they were close, and they were like good shots. They just didn't happen to go in. But aside from that, like he was just just going around aimlessly. Memphis Depay was doing like flicks and back heels and hold up and
Oh,
moves and just like
that's my dog right there. Good for you, DePay. Good for you, dog.
through passes and like served up a free kick to PK. PK scored a header. I think he might have had 2 assists, if I'm not mistaken. He had one for Martin Braithwaite too. I think Martin Braithwaite was doing his thing. I think Depay was involved in the first 3 goals. I didn't take notes, but like incredible, like
Do you
amazing.
how do you feel about Barcelona's like flow now that Messi's not there offensively and movement wise?
There was definitely some times where you feel like, oh, they have more of a formation. The only thing is Memphis Depay is a floater.
Yeah.
So, but he doesn't it's not as bad as Messi. Like he's not like
is he deep? I don't think he goes as deep as Messi does.
Yeah, he doesn't, and he's not as much of a stand around as Messi is. He'll like there was one time he lost the ball, and he ran way back and ended up winning the ball back. So like they look like they have more of a formation.
Okay.
I don't really know what's up with Griezmann. Like I feel like they got to do something about that. Griezmann just like Griezmann is a poacher.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna be a poacher, like I would just want him to be a bit more athletic or like more imposing. Yeah. Like
yeah, and a poacher like Griezmann only works if they need one more piece on that team for Griezmann to have the freedom to poach all he wants. Like they need one more attacker there that is like some kind of like dangerous presence.
Exactly. Yeah.
Another danger, because you can't have, if Griezmann is someone you can like mark defensively, then it becomes a thing where he's just inoperable. Like he just becomes but if you have like France who has like a Mbappe out there and a lot of these guys, and you're like, okay, like, yeah, these guys are kind of going to do a lot more damage to us. We should just kind of let Griezmann come to us defensively. Like we'll zone Griezmann, but we'll focus man to man everybody else. And if Griezmann shows up, just take the ball, like that kind of approach, because you're better off dying and letting Griezmann beat you than other guys who are legit takeover players. Like Depay will take a game over. Mbappe takes a game over. Griezmann doesn't take a game over, but he can sneak a couple of them goals in there that can do some work.
Exactly. And that's kind of what those chances were. Like, just some stuff that fell to him, or just like,
you're just like, oh, whoa,
happened to be open. And sometimes those goals go in, and that's like, on the team, that's great. But as far as like playing well, no, not really. He did have some Gary Medel plays too. I can respect that as a little bit. Like, at least if you're not going to do much with the ball at your feet, like at least get your Gary Medel on.
Your Gary Medel on.
He was playing.
No one has ever said that Griezmann be getting his Gary Medel on.
He was the Gary Medel of France in the Euros. Like, I'm like, dog, all he's doing is playing.
He was hella deep though.
I'm like,
that French team, it was good because they were just playing. All those guys were playing hella defense. They love playing defense on that team. It's so weird.
Literally, Griezmann's being Gary Medel. But Barcelona looked good. Real Sociedad ended up getting a couple goals off of them. I feel like, your boy Emerson Royale came in. It was rough.
Oh, don't be mean to my boy Emerson.
Yeah, it was kind of rough. I don't know if he was just
kind of hard just coming in at fullback.
Yeah, I feel like he might. I'm gonna disagree with that. I feel like fullback is one of the easier positions to come in.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about ability wise. I mean, like just like being kind of warmed up and just running out there and sending I think it's a little low.
I think he was nervous. It seemed like he was nervous.
I'm not here for the Emerson attack. Let my boy Emerson go.
I love him at Betis.
He was dope at Betis. Yeah. I missed it. I was watching Betis play. I was like, oh yeah, they don't have Emerson no more.
Yeah,
I liked him.
Yeah, I did too. He was. It seemed like he was nervous. Serginho Dest played well. Jordi Alba played well. Everybody played well. They looked good with Memphis Depay. We'll see how it is this week coming up.
Yeah,
but if this match against Real Sociedad is any like real indication, like
was that game on Sunday?
Yes, and it was on. Well, for me, it was on ABC.
Because I'm looking if it's on the ESPN Plus replay list.
It should be. I would imagine.
I don't know if you know. It's very complicated to find the replays. You have to like go through the daily schedule. I hate that it's the worst database ever.
Honestly, I've tried. I'm like, this is annoying, dude.
It's really bad.
But yeah, I just put the shit on BN. But but yeah, no, they looked good. So yeah, we'll see with Real Madrid. Real Madrid and Barcelona both look good. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, really quick, I do want to do my Guendouzi tracker.
Yes.
Guendouzi once again playing out of position. Sampaoli is a weirdo. He's playing this crazy ass formation. It's odd. Oh, I did not do a Jerson tracker. I forgot, but he had a good game.
Who did Barcelona play, by the way?
Barcelona played Real Sociedad.
Okay, sorry, go.
And so yeah, Marseille played Bordeaux.
Yes.
Once again, Guendouzi playing way out of position.
Was it that bad for the team for him to be that far up?
It is.
You said he has a good ability of picking out passes and looking forward, though.
It's honestly like it's very frustrating to watch.
They need another midfielder. They need like
they just need Sampaoli to stop, dude. Like,
okay, he's doing
being
extra.
Weird. Like, you need to relax. Like, it's all ego. Like, dog, play people in the right position, dude. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're playing some weird formation. You got Guendouzi and Jerson are literally making runs, trying to fill in gaps in the flow. Dimitri Payet, like it's weird. They're relying on Payet a lot. I only put that Guendouzi had like 2 good plays in the first half. I didn't put any in the second half. His passes were good. He didn't have a lot of incomplete passes. I want to say he only had 1, 2, 3 incomplete passes the whole match. For some reason I didn't count his passes, but it's a lot. It's like probably 30. But the crazy thing that happened in this match, Caesar.
I'm here.
Marseille versus Bordeaux. They're lining up for a free kick. This is in like the 6th minute. Marseille's lining up to take a free kick. Dimitri Payet is going to take a free kick. Bordeaux is setting up their wall. One of the dudes in the wall passes out, literally drops on the ground before the shot is taken or anything. He's standing there in the wall, drops. All the players, like they freak out. The players freak out, like, holy shit. Like, everybody's like, bring the people, like, yo, hurry. Like, they're crowding around him, like they're making sure he's okay. Like, I don't know if somebody had to take his tongue out, like Jimenez to Fernando Torres, saved his life. You know what I'm saying? I hope you bought him a beer. But yeah, that was in the 6th minute. The doctors or whatever, the trainers are around him for a while. But he ends up walking off under his own, like on his own legs. He walks off the pitch. Caesar. They let him back in the match. And he played till the 14th minute. And then they subbed him. I could not believe it.
That's actually like disgusting.
It
reminds me of that Oscar concussion thing where they let him play after.
Dog.
Remember under Jose Mourinho when Oscar had that head injury, and then he was yelling at Ava, the lady.
Yeah.
They were like trying to get him off. He's like bleeding. I'm like, dude, this is gross.
Caesar, this dude passed out under his own volition.
He could have had like an irregular heartbeat.
Caesar, he passed out.
And they let him play.
He dropped like out of nowhere. He just
what they needed 7 minutes for someone to warm up. Are you kidding me?
And then they played him. He played and was. I'm like, and if I'm not mistaken, France is still doing 5 subs.
Yeah, no. La Liga's doing 4 also. Like,
or maybe that was La Liga. I can't remember.
4 for La Liga's doing 4 subs or whatever, or 5 or 4 subs, or whatever. No, yeah, like, what are we doing here? Did they need 7 minutes to warm up? Come on, man, this is serious.
It was crazy. I couldn't believe that. I was so shocked. But yeah, Guendouzi had like, he didn't have an amazing match, but he didn't have a bad match. But it's just really tough to see Sampaoli doing this, playing people way out of position like that. Okay, Caesar, shortest episode ever. I want to talk just a little bit about Harry Kane and Son, because I read this article and I'm not going to go into it because who cares? They're talking about, if Harry Kane leaves, Son, he can, carry the team. He's actually really good. And, hey, remember this guy? And I'm just like, dude, y'all are so racist. I'm sorry, dude. They're racist, dog. Like, y'all are just telling me just now, y'all are seeing how good this dude is.
He's like down to turn 30.
Which shocked me. I was kind of mad that he's 29. I'm like,
he's been doing this for so fucking long. That's ridiculous. We've actually been talking about Son for like 3 years now. It's actually kind of ridiculous how long we talk about him.
He's 29. Harry Kane's 28. Like,
that's annoying. He's older than Harry Kane.
Seriously, it's just unbelievable to me that they talk about him like he's some kind of new revelation when he's so good for years.
He's been doing this for years.
Years.
Unfortunately, I watched like 3 EPL games. I don't even want to discuss what they were because it's pretty hardcore. I mean, I watched some damn Norwich play. I watched some Watford play. I watched a lot of EPL this weekend. I watched some of that Spurs game, and then I actually got annoyed and turned it off because of how similar his game is to Ronaldo, and only reinforcing what we said a long time ago. I watch him play sometimes. I'm like, it's like staggering to me. Like, it's like, dog, like literally he's like your idol. Like you literally played the same game, like that 2-footed goal. I'm like, who's the person who I know who can get it on the right side, whip it to the left, and then touch it into a left-footed goal like that? And it's like the same thing, right? It's not like he doesn't whip it into an air curve area. He does a low ball too. I'm like, who whips low balls off the left foot too? Ronaldo. Who switches 2-footed? It's very similar. So the fact it took this long to recognize is ridiculous. If I'm Nuno, I'm going, that's great. Harry can't come back when he won, but Son is here, and Son is a fantastic player, and we're going to do fine. Like, give this man some real love, not just barely noticing. And where's Kane? No.
And they're shocked.
This is the Tottenham hot sun. Okay, it's hot sun around here, dog. Let this man free, please. Run around. Let this man free.
It's just annoying in the media because they act like he's brand new, and I'm like,
no, he's been there for so long. He should be gone by now. Barcelona should have signed him. He would have went off at Barcelona.
And that's another thing too. Like, that's how you know it's racist, because you never hear him in any transfer rumors. And I'm like, dude, like Real Madrid, we were saying Real Madrid should have just got him and Perisic.
Bam. If they
between the two of them, you're good.
You wanted Perisic really bad off that Euros or whatever it was, or Champions League where he went off.
I was just,
but saying, I agree.
When Ronaldo left, it's like, okay, just get 2 guys that are gonna cost like, 50 million total.
We yelled about this on the show that when you lose a big part of your team, the biggest mistake you can get is add a player that's a completely different style. Hence, when they lost the trio at Barcelona, they went and got Dembele. I'm like, you're not scouting properly. Like, that's a whole different type of player. Like, you get a Griezmann. If I'm Real Madrid and I still have that whole core of players, I'm thinking, who would be an easy addition on this side? Just a real traditional 2-footed left wing that can play anywhere. Son. Like, when Barcelona lost Luis Suarez or whatever, they were going to lose, or they were going to whatever. We were like, maybe like a Lacazette would fit in good there. You need to have players that, if you're going to keep a big core together, you need a plug-in player. You don't need a whole new dynamic player for the glitz, because someone like Son is already a star outside of this area. So he's a star already. You make him a bigger star. It's just poor management. It's racist too. Like, never any transformers. Why am I not hearing $150 million for Son? He's insane, dude. He's an insane player.
Like, so good. Like,
it's a shame that he's still on that team. To be honest with you, it's a real shame. He should be playing Champions League top tier ball for Inter or whatever, any of these teams, or Spain, Barcelona, Real Madrid. He should be playing some real Champions League top 3 league action, not Hotspur still. Like, what are we doing here, man?
Seriously, I mean, it just really
in the shadow of let Harry Kane resign and let him go. Let him go to Man City. That'd be ridiculous. Let him go to Man City.
Seriously, like it just blows my mind that like you still hear media like I basically started watching soccer the year he got to Tottenham. I didn't really watch EPL that year.
Yeah.
But then like the next year after that, and I just remember like, damn, this dude's so good. Like, what the hell? Like, this dude's amazing. You know,
I
like,
thought his showcase was gonna be that Germany game against South Korea. I thought everybody in the world watched what I watched when I was like, dude, he's literally just taking this game over, and it's against not like a scrub. It's against Germany. Like,
yeah.
Are we not watching this dude like single-handedly run around the whole field and demolish Germany and get the game-winning goal? It was just weird. I'm like, that's kind of like really, honestly, it's really racist that like you didn't go from this and go, we got to get this guy like now. Every single World Cup, when someone ball out, if it's a South American, a big move. Oh, Hamas, yo, throw the money. And even African player, boom, get him over here. Son, oh, he's on a Hotspur. That's nice. We'll watch him in EPL.
Like, that's just crazy. And then the media is still being
up.
In the media. Oh, yeah. Oh, do you seeing all these, like last season, it was like the assists that he's getting. Like, what do you mean he's been doing this? Oh, he's got so many assists. Him and Harry Kane link up so well. I'm like, yeah, because Harry Kane is not a traditional center forward. He be sitting back, and Son is over there being a super duper goon against everybody.
Yeah.
Still, again, you know, and Caesar, I also saw this. Some article talking about could Son be the new number 9 for Tottenham? It blows my mind that these people get paid.
The show's over.
These people get paid. Dude. They get paid to talk about this sport.
You should get your journalism license revoked and passed to an intern at your same business. You should get suspended from your job. Like, I'd rather you write a racist article than say that. Like, that's insane to me. Go. Breitbart. Yeah, go work for Breitbart UK sports column, please. Right over there. It's baffling to me because all the articles should be going, Son, the new Ronaldo for Hotspur. That's the show. They should be doing stuff like that. Man, you should be like, maybe we can switch Rashford or whatever. You know, like that should be, not saying it's a good thing or they should. I'm saying like that should be discussions and rumors. Like that's the rumors I want to hear. I want these rumors to start respecting my boy's Son, who deserves all of it. Because when it's over, I don't want them to talk about us to think about it sucks that they underappreciated truly his talent in his career. I don't want that to be a story because he deserves way more.
Caesar, no cap, he's better than Rashford. No cap.
Bam, I'm not disagreeing with you. I think in all the sense, a real true line, like offensive threat, all angles including finishing, Son is a lot better. If I'm Rashford, I'm watching how Son finishes to be like, okay, I can take some of this because Rashford's kind of 2-footed too. I'd be like, I need to be doing some of that.
And I think Rashford's good.
Rashford's a good player.
This is better than him.
This was not to diss Rashford. Yeah. I think he's a good player.
I think Son's better than him. Like, obviously,
Son would be ridiculous at a team like Man U. Like, he'd be ridiculous over there.
Obviously, Rashford has more value because he's younger, but
and
as a player right now,
he's like from the academy and all that stuff too. Yeah,
but as a player right now, I'm like, give me Son. He's one of the best wingers in the world.
Bam. I mean, just keep it a stack.
And
there's few wingers on this earth you're taking right now over Son. Like, honestly.
Yeah, not many.
No, because I like his whole approach. That's a guy who was guaranteed to put work in for me.
Yeah, and he's a true winger. Yeah. Like, he's a true winger in the sense that he wants to take people on and take people off the ball and cross the ball in.
What does he do with him? He's facing that goal and he has 2 feet to get it towards there.
Yeah, exactly. And literally that he just can't get respect ever.
Like, for real, like, please give Son his respect. He's deserved it way too long and too many times. I think it's the last 2 out of 3 seasons. However, Harry Kane has been injured. It might have been 2 years ago he got injured again. So maybe he was out for a while too. Was it 2 years ago?
The season when Tottenham made it to the Champions League final, Harry Kane was not there.
He wasn't playing. Exactly, right? So that's the second time that he stepped out and Sona's balled out and it's barely getting love for it. Barely.
Ever. I mean, crazy. Like,
this dude's not even coming to practice right now. And they're still talking about Harry Kane every week. He's not even at practice.
Practice?
Real quick, like nerdy thing about the leagues this year. I want to show a big shout out to some of the new cameras they got going, the EPL and La Liga. Love it, dog. There's some nice camera work going on here. I'm loving it.
Okay, that's cute. Well, anyway, Caesar, I was going to talk about some transfers and some rumors, but they're all boring. So let's wrap it up with the Son talk. I'm going to title this "Give Son His Respect," because he deserves it.
He's going to get the award for most covers, and he deserves it.
Oh yeah, I mean, we've talked about him a lot, and we've talked about
love me some Son, dog.
We've talked about him getting racial abuse. We talked about songs that Man U used to sing about Park eating dogs. We talked about it all here on We Made a Podcast. Please don't ever play with us. Maybe there's a reason why Caesar's wearing that Man U shirt today. I don't know, but We Made a Podcast, episode 216. Make sure you go follow Caesar. I mean, goddamn, dog. When is our next Living La Vida Loca video coming out?
Living La Vida Loca? It's coming out. I've been working on it.
I mean, damn, dog. You've been saying that, homie.
I know. I've been working on it. Trust me.
I thought it was supposed to come out Monday, fool.
It was. It didn't come out, but it will. I promise it'll come out.
Okay, damn, dog. You know what I'm saying?
The boy kind of transitioning from job to job right now. I'm out.
No,
you know,
well, that's
it's
cute.
coming.
We're talking about Living La Vida Loca here.
Okay, Living La Vida Loca episode 3 is coming soon. It's gonna be about Yosemite. It's coming soon.
Yeah, Yosemite been burnt down by the time you got.
And then they'll bring the clicks up. I'll do a bait title and edit it so it's burnt.
Oh my God. Well, now we got to finish. Episode 216, Climate Change is Real. Do Your Part. We Made a Podcast. Holler.